Hi, welcome to Story Time with Rohini. I will now narrate a Chinese folk tale called The 8,000 Stones. Long ago in China, there lived a very powerful ruler. He ruled over the city of Luoyang and he was called the most supreme governor of China. He had beautiful palaces and lush green gardens, and his treasures were taken care of by his 10,000 soldiers. The name of the ruler was Cao Cao, and his neighboring kingdoms were amazed at the beauty of his palaces and the greenery of his gardens, and they always came themselves or they sent messengers to look at the beauty of the city of Luoyang. And whenever the messengers came, the messengers brought exquisite presents for the most supreme governor of China, the Emperor Cao Cao. And it once so happened that the great satrap prince of India sent a present to the Emperor of China, Cao Cao. And it was such a present that nobody in China had ever seen it. Not the king, not the nobles, not the courtiers, and not even the common men. And so they thronged the streets to understand what the present was. And when it walked on its four legs, they started following it. And the crowd became so noisy that Emperor Cao Cao looked out of his palace and said, "Why is there so much of a crowd in the streets? And why are the people so noisy? What is it that's making them so excited?" And then the messenger from the great satrap, the Prince of India, came to the emperor, bowed low, and said, "Dear Emperor, I bring you a present from the great satrap of India." And the emperor looked at the present and said, What is this beast doing in my palace?" And then the messenger said, "Dear Emperor, it is time every year that King Satrap sends you a present. Did you forget?" And then the emperor recovered quickly and said, "Oh, yes, this is the time of the year when I receive gifts from the great satrap, the Indian prince," he said. And he said, and I'm pleased to receive this, what is this animal called?" asked the emperor. And then the messenger said, "This, my sire, is called an elephant." And the most supreme governor of China, the ruler of Luoyang, the commander who had 10,000 soldiers under his command, the Emperor Cao Cao, was amazed to see the animal. He said, "Oh, and what is special about this elephant?" he asked. And then the messenger said, "This, my lord, is the largest land animal." And the emperor was pleased to receive such a unique gift. And then he asked, "My dear messenger, how tall do you think is my elephant?" And then the messenger said, "My sire, the elephant is 10 foot tall." The emperor was pleased and he said, "Now, my dear messenger, may I know how much my elephant weighs?" The messenger was confused. Nobody ever weighed an elephant till then, and they did not know how to weigh it. So the messenger bowed low and said, "My sire, I would be pleased to answer the question, but the thing is, nobody knows how much the elephant weighs. We never weighed it." And then the emperor said, "What? Don't you know the weight of elephants?" And then the messenger said, "No, sir, we never did it." And then the emperor thanked the messenger and said, "My dear messenger, kindly go and take rest, and we will talk tomorrow," he said. The messenger left the court, and then the emperor turned to his courtiers and ministers and his nobles, and he said, "My ministers, I have a task for you. Before the Indian messenger leaves China or the city of Luoyang, I want you to weigh the elephant and tell the messenger exactly how much the present from the great satrap weighs. And then the ministers immediately started thinking of ways to measure the elephant. In the morning, they thought, how do we weigh an elephant? Do we put it on scales? No, they are not large enough scales, big enough scales to accommodate an elephant. Then they said, do we tie it in a cloth and hang it? No, it's not going to work out. And in the evening again, they all assembled and thought, how do we weigh an elephant? How do we weigh it? And they spent days on end wondering how to weigh an elephant, and nobody had an idea. And it so happened that in a week's time, the messenger was ready to leave China, and nobody still weighed the elephant. And the ministers started getting anxious because the emperor's orders were that before the messenger left to India, he should be told how much exactly the present weighs. And they started thinking, and one day they were all sitting so sad that the little prince Sao Pei, little prince came into the garden, saw them and asked, my dear ministers, what is it that makes you so unhappy? Why are all of you gathered here and sitting so silently? What is it that ails you? He asked. And the minister said, my dear little prince, we have to weigh an elephant and we don't know how. And then the little prince laughed and he said, oh, it is so simple. Why did you ask me before? And then the minister said, I hope you understood, Prince, what we are talking about. And then the prince said, of course, you want to weigh the elephant. Come, I'll show you, he said. And he took all the ministers to a pond near the palace. And the ministers followed him. Then the prince took out his sailboat, put it in the hand of the minister, and he said, one moment, I'll just come back with the messenger's son, Junmun. And he ran to the palace and he came back with the messenger's son, Junmun, and he took the ivory toy elephant from Junmun, put it in his sailboat, and left the sailboat in the water of the pond. And the ministers stood watching. The moment the elephant was put in the sailboat, toy sailboat of the prince, the sailboat sank exactly to a level marked by the prince. And the prince told the ministers, every time I weigh the toy elephant of Junmun in my sailboat, and every time I put the toy elephant in the toy boat, the boat sinks only to this line that I marked specially on my boat. That is how you weigh an elephant, he said. And then the minister said, wow, what a brilliant idea it is. It is this way that we have to weigh an elephant, they said, and they got excited because finally they found a solution. And then the next day, the ministers got a huge boat ordered, and in that boat they put the elephant sent as a present by the great Indian satrap, and they sent it into the pond. And behind the boat carrying the elephant, the ministers followed along with the little prince and his Indian friend Junmun. Once the elephant was taken to the center of the pond, they could measure the level of water into which the boat sank. And the little prince put a marking just above the water on the boat, and he marked it with his little hand and wrote the character elephant in Chinese. And then the elephant was brought out and the mark on the boat was seen. Then again the boat was sent into the pond, and behind followed huge boats carrying stones. And each time they put a stone into the boat, the huge boulders they put into the boat, and they saw if the watermark touched the level that they marked. The watermark reached the line that they marked on the boat when the elephant was in it. And it took 8,000 stones to reach the line marked on the boat to notice the water level when the elephant was standing in it. And then all the ministers came out of the pond, counted the stones, and told the emperor, "Sire, the elephant weighs 8,000 stones." That is the exact weight of the elephant, because when the elephant was standing in the boat, the water rose to a particular mark, and when we put 8,000 stones in it, not one more, not one less, the water reached the exact line where the line was marked when the elephant was standing. And the emperor was pleased, and he said, "This is such a brilliant idea. How did you get it?" And then the ministers explained that it was his little prince, the little prince Cao Pi, that suggested this idea. And the emperor was proud. And then he said, "I, the most supreme governor of China, who's proud of the beautiful palaces and lush green gardens, and who commands 10,000 soldiers, and who owns great treasures, today also am very, very proud of my little prince Cao Pi, who gave a brilliant idea to weigh an elephant. I decree that it should be written in all the annals in the history of China," he said. And so the history was written, and that is how the elephant was weighed. And the little Cao Pi grew up, and he became the emperor of China after his father. And this, they say, happened in 200 AD. That is 2000 years before now. And Cao Pi still lives in the minds of all the Chinese because he came up with a brilliant idea to weigh an elephant and find out that it weighed exactly 8,000 stones. Thank you.